Good morning, world. You know, of course, that if I talk about a morning routine, there's going to be an evening routine, and that is what we're talking about today. 5 things that you can do or to help manage ADHD, 5 bedtime things you can do. First is to set a bedtime that allows you to get enough sleep, because a lot of times people will go to bed whenever they get around to it, or they'll set a bedtime but end up going to bed whenever, and sometimes you don't get enough sleep to give your body the rest it needs to make it through the days that follow. So make sure you're giving yourself, setting a bedtime that allows you to get enough sleep, to get the amount of sleep that your body requires in order to be able to function properly the following day. 2, tidy up your environment. A lot of times, of course, you know, with ADHD, there's that being easily distracted and, of course, very easily overwhelmed. So when you tidy up at night, it makes it, it gives you the opportunity to start the day on a clean slate and not have whatever chaos may have happened the previous day, or whatever work you were doing the previous day to jump into the next day, and of course adding to all the stuff that has to be done on that next day. And of course, not having things all over and not having things around just reduces the likelihood or the opportunities for distraction, and of course it reduces the opportunities for you to be overwhelmed by all the extra stuff. 3, write out your whiteboard or whatever way you choose to have your to-do list for that day. Yes, I do say you should, you must, you need to, whatever word you want to use, that calendar has to be in place. You have a calendar where you've been tracking all the stuff all the appointment and all the things that you have going. But the night before, take a moment and go through your agenda and write out all the things that are coming up, that set your to-do list, and preferably on a whiteboard or somewhere that is going to be visible to you throughout the day. 3, prepare as much as possible and preset as much as you can do the night before. Because things like, if you're a coffee drinker, preferably you're a juice drinker, where you fill your blender, your little cups with whatever fruits and vegetables that you're going to be using for your juice in the morning. If you're a coffee drinker, set your coffee maker to start right away in the morning. Your clothing, if you of course you do wear clothes, so set out whatever clothing that you're going to be wearing that day. Just set out as much as possible that you can preset them, so that when you wake up in the morning, everything is the machine is already oiled and ready to go. And finally, do a calming or soothing exercise. In the morning, yes, I talk about the importance of doing something to center yourself. In the evening, it's very important to do a soothing or a calming exercise, because a lot of times people with ADHD, ADHD is not just a morning thing. At night, when you're trying to go to bed, when you are ready to go to sleep, sometimes your body's ready, but your mind has a gazillion things that it wants to think about, discuss, consider, and maybe even do. Take some time and do something to calm yourself, to bring yourself back down from the day that you've just had. Just take some time to do, get a calming routine, whether it's stretching, deep breathing, anything that it is that you do that can calm you. Do that. Quick recap. 1, set a bedtime that gives you enough time to sleep, to give your body the amount of sleep that it needs. 2, tidy up so that you're not waking up to whatever's left over from the previous day, and you're not being overwhelmed by extra stuff that you don't really need to have around. 3, write out your whiteboard or whatever visual method that you're using to have that to-do list that's going to be in front of you, reminding you of the stuff you need to do today. 4, prepare and set out as much of the things that you need to do as possible for the morning. That way, when you wake up in the morning, half of it is already there and ready for you to just get going. And finally, do a calming exercise or a soothing exercise, something to get Yeah, to get you, to cool you down, to calm you down, to cool you off and get you more in that relaxing and that sleepy state. All right, that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.